Back when Michael Gott was saying that he was trained to start a sermon or a talk with a joke, 3 points, and then a poem, I decided to try to follow this wisdom. And the poem might be a little iffy, but we're good. So, our opening jokes today. Why was the skunk arrested for counterfeiting? Because he made bad sense.
I don't know.
All right. Well, you know, prosperity theme, right? Why is the joke is you have to sit there and listen to my bad jokes. This is great for me. So why is a cat like a penny? Because it has a head on one side and a tail on the other.
Oh, that is good.
Thank you. I thought that was cute.
Let's just humor her, okay?
I know. And the last one before we get started is a quote from Bob Hope, so not really a joke, but he said, "A bank is a place that will lend you money only if you can prove you don't need it."
Oh, yes.
So, I know. So, in preparing the talk today, I got on to Google and looked up definitions of prosperity. And my favorite one was the first one because it said prosperity is a state of being prosperous. Great, thank you. That cleared everything up. We all understand it. But some of the other definitions that came up were prosperity is a state of flourishing, thriving, good fortune, or successful social status. Prosperity encompasses wealth, but also includes other factors which can be independent of wealth, which I agree with, such as happiness and health. So some of the people out there on Google can give us a little bit better answers in clarifying it. Catherine Ponder in The Dynamic Law of Prosperity says that you are prosperous to the degree that you are experiencing peace, health, and plenty in the world. So I'm going to repeat that because I think it hits us all in the heart, is you are prosperous to the degree that you are experiencing peace, health, and plenty in your world. So the law of prosperity has 2 points to it, really. First, it's about our thinking, and second, it's about demonstrating from what we're thinking. So if you're not satisfied with what life is giving you, we could take a look at what we're thinking and what our thoughts are producing. And for me, when I think of prosperity, sure, the financial side, we need money to operate mostly in our world, but it's your friends, it's your experiences, it's helping other people, and providing what you uniquely have to give the world. That no matter what, each one of us individually has a way to prosper all those around us by just being who we are and living our passion. That's what we're here to do. So feelings and thoughts, of course, affect how we're prosperous. And the jokes, besides being suggested by Michael Gott, came from a book called The Law of Attraction, Prosperity Jokes by a gentleman named Jacob Elliott. There actually is a thing. And he says that laughing and humor and the law of attraction is one of the favorite things for the law of attraction because it's powerful and fun releases tension. And the reason it works so well with the law of attraction is once you release tension around money, it is becoming clear about money. And because laughing is fun, we start to attract more fun things. So laughing at a particular issue will release tension, stress, and beliefs about that issue. And that's when change starts to take place. Our guard is down and we can welcome new beginnings. Now, we are going to look at money because that's part of what we all think about with prosperity. And it's really easy to focus on an amount of cash and money as that's what we want. But is that really what we want? Is it really just a piece of paper that we want that we've agreed to culturally means something and has value? Because at different points of time in history, our method of exchange for money has taken on many forms. And so it's probably not that actual cash that you want. You want what you can do with the money. It's what the money represents you can accomplish or experience in your life. So if you want to go on a tropical vacation, do you want to focus on the amount of money you need for this trip? So it's $10,000 to go on your dream vacation somewhere. As soon as you start focusing on the money, your tendency is to focus on the fact you don't have the money. and then all you're focusing is the lack. And so not only do you lack the funds to do what you want, you see you're lacking your tropical vacation. But what we can do, instead of going down that road of lack, is we can focus on what that tropical vacation means to us. And maybe it means freedom. Maybe it's all about the fun. Maybe this trip you're taking is a chance for you to reconnect with your family, something you've been wanting to do and you put off, and maybe you do it next year and that connection doesn't happen. So when it gets fun or freedom or that connection, what are the feelings you have associated with that? So the feeling of freedom. So if the vacation means freedom to you, what is the feeling of freedom that you do today? Do you feel free when you go for a hike? You can probably reproduce that feeling really easily. Is what does it feel like when you're on a hike? You're standing on top of that mountain that you've been waiting for, the air is blowing, and you have that sense of freedom. Maybe it's cooking what you want for dinner. That, this is your opportunity. You get to have what you want. You get to cook it your way. And sounds a little personal over there. There's something going on.
How many ways can you cook oatmeal?
More than one. That's right, more than one. There's more than one way.
Throw anything into it you want.
That's right. Maybe that sense of freedom is just as simple as pausing and taking a breath. Slowing yourself down and just being present in that moment. And recreating that feeling brings the energy of that feeling to you, which takes you a step closer. I'm making words today because I can. A step closer to the feeling of freedom you want on your trip. And so the more you can create that feeling, the more you're bringing that energy to you. Now, Charles Fillmore tells us to watch your thoughts when you are handling your money, because your money is attached through your mind to the one source of all substance and all money. When you think of your money, which is visible, as something attached to an invisible source that is giving or withholding of your thought, you have the key to all riches and all lack. Determine for yourself that money will always be a symbol of abundance, but not limitation and not the goal in your life. Doing this will firmly establish balance in your spiritual well-being and will allow you to experience life more abundantly. I think that's just such the symbol of abundance strikes a chord with me. So the real trick is to be clear on what you're desiring and what the image is you're seeking. So I don't remember the first time I heard this, but somebody said to me that if you were looking for a house, you're not going to tell the realtor, just find me a house. You're going to be more specific than that. You want 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, you want to be on 5 acres, you want to have a 3-car garage, maybe exactly what you want in your kitchen. We've watched enough shows to say, I want an open concept. You got to have an open concept. And people always want granite, although that wouldn't be on my list for my own personal reasons. But if you are stating affirmations about what you want, be specific, because that's the way I think God and the universe responds. If you're like, oh, please just bring me something nice, well, okay, here's kind of something nice. But ask for what you want. That's repeated often. Ask specifically for what you want, and that's what will come to you. So Catherine Ponder, once again, the Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, said, never underestimate the power of your words. You make your world with your words, as did Jehovah in the beginning. But if you do not like the world you have previously made with words of discord, lack, limitation, and hard times, you can begin building a new world of limitless good and prosperity by changing your words of command and decree. And, we do have the power. So Georgiana Tree West states, we're constantly making mental images and connections with the thoughts we hold in our mind. So it's not just what we say, it's also what we're thinking. And the mental images bring them with different emotions. And the emotions are what puts energy into motion. So our positive mental images put out positive energy and draw more positivity to us. I believe this quote also came from her, where she said, Jesus told us we could not serve two masters. We cannot live and have our being in an unlimited universe if we're holding mental images of lack. We cannot live and have our being in an unlimited universe if we are holding mental images of lack. Thoughts and ideas are unlimited in the mind of God and available to us when we do not allow thoughts of lack to take hold and manifest in our lives. So the question is, are you living with thoughts of lack? This could be toward money, toward friendships, toward experiences. So I want to do a little money exercise. We'll see if you guys are game to speak out and join in. You don't need to close your eyes, but just think what comes to mind. So tell me, what were you taught about money growing up?
There's not enough.
There's not enough.
It doesn't grow on trees.
Doesn't grow on trees.
Save it.
Save it.
Don't spend more than you have.
Don't spend more than you have. Don't ask for what you want, you can't have it. So then we get that. You just don't even think about asking, you can't have it. So what else did your parents say? You've got to work hard. What does it take to get money? Got to work hard. Nose to the grindstone. What did you see about money when you were growing up? Fighting.
That we were comfortable, even though the whole bunch of us were what I would call lower economic levels. But my friends and I, see, I can remember talking to my friend's mother about, she said, well, you kids don't ask for that much either. I said, well, we don't have cars and we don't have the country club set did, but in my little town. And she just said, well, you kids, you keep your wants under control.
Mm.
And we were all happy and playing and doing our thing and having a great time. Nobody had much.
Mm-hmm.
But we had fun.
And the fun is so important.
Prosperity.
So what were your experiences around money and maybe chores? Were you given money?
Yes.
So you had to earn it. You always had to earn it. So what do you think about people that are rich?
I am still working on shaking this, but I feel less than. And even though intellectually I know I'm not, but then I'm learning more about a lot of rich people that's making me feel that I have a lot more than. And that's a general comment, because there are many, many, many who don't fit that intellectual concept that I have.
So what else to think when you think of somebody who's rich? What's a common? They're greedy. They're unethical.
Well, they worked hard.
Yeah. Well, some yes, some no.
Well, right. It's a right.
Maybe inherited it, so.
Give a lot.
So how do you think your life would be different if you were wealthy?
I quit my job.
How do you think people would see you if you were wealthy?
Pretty much the way they do now.
Okay.
People think I'm wealthy.
So what would be the downside if you had a lot of money?
Focus.
Responsibility,
Those that you feel are wanting it.
people wanting your money,
Protecting it.
afraid of losing it, wanting to protecting it.
Fear.
So with all of these beliefs, if these are the beliefs that we carry around, that were programmed into us when we were younger, that are reinforced by our culture, they're the reason we don't get what we affirm when we want money. So if we're affirming abundance, because we want the wealth so we can do the things we want, and we want to help other people and all that stuff. But under that, we have the belief that it'll be too much responsibility, that I have to work hard for it. We're sending out two different energetic messages. Yeah, messages is the right word, out to the universe. So it's a great and really eye-opening activity to sit down someday and think, what do you really think about money? In all the levels, and what did you learn? And that instant feeling of, are they greedy? Or you think of somebody who's developed, I was trying to think of Bill Gates, has started foundations with his money. So there's a lot of wealthy people that have done a lot of good things, but where does your first thought go? Because it's probably a block that you have to your own abundance. So we can look at our feelings, we look at our thoughts, and then ultimately we get to take action, because that's where all the good stuff happens, is when we're taking action. So we felt it, we've thought it, and now we're taking action. And the book of Spiritual Economics, which more focuses on work, but you can also view how you prosper through your work or your service to any organization you belong to. So they say, if we stop and think about it, we know that work is an expression of us and our inner being. So as we give it to the world, if we do it with our whole heart, it cannot help but bless those around us. So we should all strive to find work that is from our heart. But if we find ourselves in a job or situation that does not make our heart sing, we can still bring our heart in. No matter the task, if we give it as a gift to the universe and place our heart into being a gift, we bless everyone. So it is our ultimate happiness and prosperity to keep in circulation all that we are given, whether it be time, talent, or treasure. And I'm going to repeat that again because I love that sentence. It is our ultimate happiness and prosperity to keep in circulation all that we are given, whether it be our time, talent, or treasure. So what is the gift you want to give the world? An article that was also mentioned in the Spiritual Economics talked to a gentleman who ran a restaurant who felt hospitality was his calling. And what he said was to teach what you know and share what you love. So for ultimate career guidance, teach what you know, share what you love. So what do you know? What do you love? And then the author said, if you seek first the kingdom, no doubt all else will be added unto you, meaning that you will have enough if you are following your calling. So taking action, we give money, we call it tithing, but and we can give that to the place that we get our spiritual give it to the place where you are nourished spiritually. That I can get out. Which also can mean time, money, being of service, and just being present. If you're seeking good health, then take action to eat well, sleep well, develop the physical activities that make your body feel prospered. If you want to improve your relationships, give it time, speak from the heart, be attentive, listen. You can improve your spiritual connection by giving time to meditate or prayers or taking yourself to the places where you feel that connection. So overall, giving support, good words, your time, your heart, not out of obligation or with the sense that if you give it, you'll get it, but that it feels good when you do it. And just know that when you do things that feel good, you get that back. So in closing, some of us may have been taught that to desire something that we don't have is a bad thing. You should be happy with what you have. But I'll leave you with this quote, which isn't exactly a poem, but it's what I'm using as one. And it comes from John Eldridge out of the Desire Map. In closing, some of us may have been taught, we are desire. And then I'll back up. We are desire. It is the essence of the human soul, the secret of our existence. Absolutely nothing of human greatness is ever accomplished without it. Not a symphony has been written, a mountain climbed, an injustice fought, or a love sustained apart from desire. Desire fuels our search for the life we prize.